Hey, what's going on YouTube? Nathan Olson here from yourcharisma.com, helping you create your brand your way. On this channel, we do a lot of social media marketing help as well as Instagram tips. So if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. Today we're going to be going over some cryptocurrency research and or my favorite plays that I utilize in the crypto market in order to make 20 to 50% of profit on an instant buy within a span of about 30 minutes. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. Alright guys, now we're on my computer screen and I just wanted to go over some of my favorite types of patterns when I'm playing the crypto market and or the stock market. There's a lot of patterns that are in um, the market that are just very repetitive. You can see them coming and they can earn you serious gains if you play them properly. Just like knowing the play of another team, if you can calculate how a certain stock price or a certain cryptocurrency is going to react to certain news and or just the way the overall price action of the market is going, you can actually double or triple your money just in the matter of minutes or just over the span of a couple hours. Um, but just understanding these patterns is huge when it comes to trading, and I just wanted to go over some basic patterns that you guys should be aware of when you guys are trading cryptocurrencies. This isn't investment advice. This is just giving you insight as to how I trade, so that if you guys do decide to trade, um, you'll be able to do it appropriately and just understand from one trader to another certain plays that you can make and understanding a plan of action when you go into a trade. So earlier today, around what is this, 11 o'clock Neo. This is to U.S. dollar. It was just on a downhill fade, and you can see it kept trying to bounce up and recover, but there just wasn't any support here. It was blowing through all the support lines, and it just took a dive in about a 20-minute span, going from about 132 to about 128 was the lowest. And these dips are one of the best ways that you can earn upwards of 50% on your money. We can see if you bought in right here at this dip. Say you didn't even time it perfectly. Say you got in at 129. It bounced up to about a 133. That's $4 on top of every single share that you bought. So you could have easily, if you bought 50 shares, made $200 in the span of, what is this, 5, 10, 15, about 30 minutes. And even when it dipped down again, you had a chance to sell off back into the spike when it came back up to 133. So these dip buys are absolutely one of my favorite plays to do. They're very predictable and they can earn you serious percentage on your money in a short amount of time. I want to show you guys another one, dip buy for WTC, the Walton coin. We can see just a downhill fade. It tried to bounce and recover. That first bounce wasn't really the place to buy in at. It was actually the second bounce right here. Another 20-minute just trail down, but it finished a little bit higher, kind of like an ascending triangle beginning. And as soon as it hits right here, it just takes off, and then you have a second chance to buy in right here at this dip right here, and it just takes off up to a 21,439. This is about another $4 or $3 movement in Bitcoin. And just playing these dips are absolutely one of the best ways that you can turn a profit into your money very quickly. Some other very good ones I like are ascending triangles or even descending triangles if I want to pull out of a certain stock. When we talk about descending triangles, we're talking about the highs are setting lower every single time, but the lows are relatively the same, as we can see here on Venn. Again, there's another dip buy right there. And same thing with this downhill fade. This bounce was a little bit weaker. It's about a 20% bounce, but you could have easily turned a profit of a couple $100 easily in the matter of 10, 15 minutes. And if you just do this on repetition and you're just in there and you're watching the stock and you see a certain crypto on your watch list just plummet real fast, you can buy in on these dips right here at key support levels, and you can actually just ride the wave up and make a decent amount of profit. We can see that this right here is a double bottom. If this doesn't bounce off very high, this is probably going to be a descending triangle, and we'll see that this might actually, it'll probably bounce a little bit, come back down and touch this support level, and it'll probably break through on that third touch. Double bottoms are usually indicative of a price action change moving upwards. But we can see that this is setting lower highs every single time. And again, this bounce was very weak, setting a high right around 5.7, and this last high was around 5.9. So about 200 sats of difference, and it's not looking like a very strong bounce here. So this wouldn't be a good dip buy right here. You could play it. It was bouncing from 5.6 to 5.7, but the risk versus reward is just not high enough for you to jump in there and try and grab in on this. Honestly, it's probably there's a major amount of support right here at this 5.65 mark, and if you want to play the downhill slide, you could probably get a better entry down here in the 5.3s or the 5.4s, because when it comes down here, it's definitely gonna crash, and it'll bounce somewhere in the 5.5s or the 5.3s, and then it's gonna accelerate up. Um, Again, that's going to be a dip buy. So understanding these dip buys and understanding when breakouts or breakdowns are going to happen is very important. You can use it to be a more accurate and predictable trader, and excuse me, and you can use it to really turn a profit and make some serious gains on the short term. When you're playing long term, there's a little bit of a different mentality that you need to go in with, but it's still the same concept. If you're playing this long term and you see it's on a downhill slide somewhere, and you know that this stock has potential in the future for its bright, and they have upcoming good press and news coming out, and they're consistently updating. You know that this is going to be a solid dip buy. It looks like I believe in Ven. I'm not going to tell you guys to invest in it, but just looking at the price action, this is an ascending triangle, setting higher lows every single time and setting a little bit of higher highs. There's a little bit of resistance up here in like the sixes. So today and probably the next couple, probably 2 days, we're going to see a little bit of consolidation down. It'll set a higher low, and then it's probably going to break through this, and we'll see it get up into the possible sevens, maybe back into the sixes. Um, it's been moving strong recently. Decent amount of volume coming in on these green days, and that's really what you want to be paying attention to. When volume comes in on the dip, that's when you know it's going to accelerate up, and that's when you know you're going to see a solid price change from downwards to upwards, and you can make a decent amount of money. So guys, these are just some of my basic plays. Ascending triangles, dip buys, breakdowns are a good understanding of when to get out of a market. Um, just before you even start to invest and trade, just watch the market. Just actually look how it's going overall. Come to understand how a certain stock moves based off news or based off the overall market or how Bitcoin is moving. Before you even get in, because then you have an actual understanding of where the price action is, where the support and resistance lines are, and you'll actually understand how the overall crypto is going to react, and you'll have a deeper understanding of when to buy in or when to sell, because you just have a familiarity with it. So guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I know it was a little bit short, but I just wanted to show you guys something that's very powerful, and if you guys study and understand and actually take the time to learn movements, patterns, and plays, and you just dedicate time and log some hours in your chair of watching and understanding and researching, you will become a more experienced, a better, and a more efficient trader. So guys, it's going to wrap up this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.